Chapter 45. Beware of the violence of sensual indulgence. If a man becomes attached to a woman, or a woman to a man, then all the great vows, Mahavratas, are broken. Dada Bhagwan. Gnani Purush Dada Bhagwan says, one who does not harm any living being, who never supports those who do harm, and who holds the inner intent, may no living being be hurt through my mind, speech, or body in any way. Such a person can be considered truly non-violent. With just this much, one has fulfilled the vow of ahimsa, non-violence. If this pure intent arises in the mind, and one remains steadfast in it, it is called a mahavrat, a great vow. But if one has resolved to follow it, yet fails to remain in firm practice, then it becomes an anuvrat, a lesser vow. On the violence of sensual indulgence, Dadaji warns, if God was to ever describe the violence involved in sexual indulgence, Vishaya Himsa, one might die just from hearing it. In God's vision, sensual pleasure is a combination of both violence and attachment, ashakti, and through this all 5 great vows, Mahavratas, are broken. Terrible karmic faults are incurred in a single act of sensual indulgence. Millions of subtle living beings are destroyed, and that too leaves a heavy karmic imprint. So even if one does not wish for it, such acts inherently contain immense violence. It is from this very indulgence that the cycle of worldly bondage arises. If there were no sensual craving, especially the desire for the opposite sex, then no other worldly attachments would be so disturbing. If this desire were absent, one would naturally be raised towards the higher realms of celestial existence, Devagati. The absence of this one craving brings all other sensual tendencies under control. Sensuality leads only to degradation, adogati. Therefore, as long as one remains entangled in worldly life, this craving becomes a serious obstacle to true non-violence. And of all dangers, the greatest form of them is the attraction to another spouse, parstri or parpurush. To indulge in such a desire is to become worthy of hell. One should not even expect to be reborn as a human again. This is indeed the gravest danger. The craving for another's spouse is a direct path to hell. Even within one's own household, there should be some self-discipline. Though physical intimacy with one's rightful partner may not be improper, even that should not occur without due restraint or necessity. Hence, one must remain as alert and aware as possible. Beyond that, not much more can be done. As Srimad Rajchandra beautifully wrote in a verse, truth, moral conduct, Shila, and all forms of charity, at their very core, they are rooted in mercy, Daya. Without mercy, they are nothing. Just as rays cannot exist without the sun, these virtues cannot exist without the virtue mercy. Where even the soft petals of a flower are not hurt in the slightest, there God is pleased. This is the essence of Lord Mahavira's supreme teaching. Jai Satchidanand.